Hi, welcome to OMAT. I'm glad you're here because we're going to work through some exercises that really help me when I'm going through some stuff. Now, let's say I was going through something right now and somebody just said, "Hey, reframe that. You have so much to be grateful for. Don't worry about it." I mean, that could be true, but that is so infuriating. That's very dismissive of something that I am going through right now. But what about all this gratitude exercise, all this meditation? Isn't it supposed to help us just get over it, get through it? But that's the thing. We can't skip the process. These exercises are not there just to have us dismiss pain. Pain is there for a reason. It will happen. And the part of the process is going through and sitting in that pain, not rushing ourselves and other people through it. Because exercises like gratitude, meditation, writing, yoga, all of that, it doesn't alleviate, it doesn't get rid of any future pain that we're ever going to feel, but it does help us manage it. So let's get present. Also, how do we sit in pain? We allow the present moment to happen. So if we are feeling pain right now, and being present means we're going to have to be aware of that pain, let's make that okay, even if it's uncomfortable. The more we practice sitting in the pain instead of pushing it down and dealing with it in our body and mind later in different ways, reacting poorly. You know what we do when we try not to feel the things that we feel. So let's allow it to happen. This is where we are right now. This is not only where our body is right now, this is where our mind is right now. We're going to practice focusing on what we want so that we can help manage our lives, our thought processes, our bodies. Let's take the first exercise here of gratitude. This allows us to manage. There's not just bad things out there. There definitely are. And we are in pain and other people are in pain and we back and forth and give it to each other. Let's also include gratitude so that we can see gratitude, not just pain. We can be in gratitude, not just pain. And when we are in pain, we can manage that pain because that gratitude is right there. It's still there because we're warming it up. We're working the muscles. Let's look to find anything we can be grateful for right now. Let's wrap for now and have some water. And maybe we notice doing a gratitude practice doesn't make pain go away, but it does increase the muscle of seeing gratitude, of noticing other things, and it gives us some control over what's happening in our mind. By being able to pause a thought and add this thought, we have that control, and control over our own mind is the only control that we have. Let's take that control into meditation. Again, interrupting your thought. Interrupting whatever your regularly scheduled thought is to process another thought, to give your brain a chance to think of something else and to control which of those thoughts is happening when. So decide what you're going to think about for the next minute and keep coming back to it. As it floats away, keep coming back to it. Let's practice sitting in any comfortable position, eyes opened or closed, breathe. As we come back, let's find our water, take a sip, and let's keep going, because no matter how the meditation went, we get to keep going. Remember, every day, even if we practice something every day, it still could be tough some days. Our muscle could be a little fatigued, or maybe our mind could be a little fatigued, and that's all right. It could be different. Process, not perfection. Let's continue. We go into our writing process. What does that process look like? Sometimes people meditate for the first 10 seconds of it, then write. Sometimes people write through fear. Sometimes people write their gratitude list here. It's all fine. You can do whatever you want to write, but write right now. Let's wrap for now and practice moving away from those words by maybe taking a sip of water or physically moving away. We can get into a little bit more of our body, but it still takes our mind to do these stretches, to do the sun salutation. It's going to be a flow of pose after pose, but if you want to take different poses, move slow and listen to your body. How do you know what your body is saying? When you move slow, you'll see. It'll start talking to you. Inhale the arms up. And here's our first pose. We're looking up, we're reaching up. And if that feels comfortable, stay there. If it feels uncomfortable, change it. Let's fold forward into our second pose where we're hanging over our feet. Our back is nice and rounded. Our knees could be as bent as we want them to be. And let's switch. Halfway lift with a flat back, look up, straighten the knees. And let's get into a high pose. Plank pose. Let's put the palms down, step the feet back, and in that plank pose, lower your body all the way down to the ground. Once your body's on the ground, push your palms and your chest comes up, head comes up, look up. And bend your knees, pick up your hips. You're now in down dog, an upside down V with your body. And start walking your feet towards your hands before you start rising up as slow as possible. When your head comes up, reach up with your hands and meet your palms above your head, and then exhale them down to the center of the chest. And because we're moving slow, we might be a little bit behind. That's fine. Some of us will have some water. Some of us will be finishing the pose. And all of us will move forward into our plank. Again, your mind, even though it's a physical exercise, your mind has to agree that you're going to do it. So go ahead and let yourself know, I'm willing to do it. This is what we're doing right now. Let's get into that mode. What does that look like on you? Experiment and go in 3, 2, 1. Plank pose right now. Whether it's on your hands or on your forearms, it does not matter. It's still going to be challenging either way. And we're 10 seconds in. Congratulations. That is a huge amount of time to be in this pose where we're using all of our muscles. Great job. Now you're 20 seconds in. If you've been sitting there the whole time, you're already maybe starting to feel that guilt. You know what alleviates guilt? The action of doing what we're supposed to do for 30 seconds. Get into it. And if you came down off the plank, take a deep breath. Come back up, because we have 20 seconds left and each second counts in this pose. So generate that energy that you need. Conjure it up with your mind, and your body will follow for 10 more seconds. This is the end. How do you want to finish? Let's find our strength as much as we can for today. For 3, 2, 1, you're done. Come down off your plank. Catch your breath. Slowly move out of that pose out of laying down. Maybe perhaps I like to do a nice down dog, maybe do the end of a sun salutation or any stretch as I come back, have the water, have some credit. In any exercise that you started with, I kind of don't want to, but you did it anyway. Make sure you give yourself that credit, because next time you come up to something that you don't want to do and you remember how it feels afterwards, you're more likely to do it. So congratulations. Yay and more yay. Let's keep going. Let's break some procrastination. Now, if last time you tried to break the procrastination and you did it, you probably felt good. So you know it was worth it. Let's take on an experiment and do some small task. And that's part of it. What small task am I going to do? Let's take the time to answer that question and see if we can take action. Let's wrap the task and find the water. And find some credit again. If you manage to find something and do it and it was useful and you figured it out, great, yay, have some credit. If you didn't, if you were stuck there, if it was really hard, yay, have some credit for moving on and not staying there in your mind, because it does not help. Let's keep going no matter what. Let's connect. Maybe this is your chance to say, I'm having a hard time with the task, and reach out to a friend, or as simple as, hey, you came to my mind. I thought I'd say hi. Let's practice seeing how we can connect and with who we can connect. Let's wrap for now and have some water. Whether we were able to connect with a thought, a friend, or finish a sentence, it's all right. We warmed up that muscle and we can keep going. Let's shake it off, dance it off, walk it off. Let's move however our body allows. We're going to exercise it. Go in 3, 2, 1. Start moving. You have access to these muscles. Now, that's amazing. If we exercise that access, and we've been doing it for 10 seconds, we can get to keep using it. So whatever you have, use it right here. Move any part that allows you to move. That's 20 seconds. Now, what happens as this gets more challenging? What happens as your day gets more challenging? What happens as life gets more challenging? Let's practice for 30 seconds meeting this particular challenge that we are focused on. We're practicing staying in that focus and conjuring up for 20 seconds enough energy to finish our task. What does that look like on you for today, for now? For the final 10 seconds, let's finish as strong as our body and mind will allow for today. Let's go for 3, 2, 1. You're done. All right. Those are the exercises. You warm them up. Thanks for taking OMAT today.